Mr. Jacobs, Dr. Dill, the sixth grade teachers, and myself, it is my pleasure to welcome you to sixth grade recognition. If you would please stand for the saying of the Pledge of Allegiance, the singing of the national anthem, and the singing of our alma mater. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets that were the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Through the years our loyalty will remain with thee, and forest hills will place our trust for everyone to see. We'll cherish all thy chosen goals, no matter what fate wills. In victory or in defeat, we're true to Forest Hills.
Thank you. You may be seated. It's nice to see everyone today. Thank you for joining us, and we're so glad there's sun outside. I'd like to begin our program by introducing our sixth grade teachers, staff, and administration. If you would please stand when your name is called. Mr. Bowser, Superintendent. Mr. Jacobs, Director of Education. Dr. Dill, Assistant Principal. Mr. Passerb, Mr. Stone, Mr. Brezovic, Mrs. Mays, Mrs. Bolvin, Ms. Oler, Mrs. Hostetler, who I believe might be in the back. There she is. And Mrs. Galnak. Also our counselor, Mrs. Lieb, Mrs. Zabala, and Mrs. Matisic. A special thank you also to Mr. Tully, or Mrs. Tully and Mr. Kearney, and to our video and picture crew, Mrs. Hostetler, and also Mr. Elias, who's here. When preparing my welcome, I thought a lot about this year as my first year at Forest Hills. And I've decided that I would like to speak directly to the sixth grade students. Sixth grade is an exciting time in a child's career, especially in an elementary school. Sixth graders are the big kids on campus, and this comes with a lot of responsibility. A number of you were bus helpers. And with that task, not only did you take kids to their buses, but you were responsible for helping the teachers, both morning and night. The teachers then began to rely on this daily. Desariah, David, and Riley, they served as tutors for some of our younger children. This helped the students tremendously, not only with their academics, but in helping to build their self-confidence. Many of you served on student council, and not only did you plan activities for the school, but also doing community service. As recently as this week, when you went to place flags at the cemetery, you gave of your time to benefit others. Others were involved in band and chorus and shared your talents with the elderly over Christmas at a time when they don't get a lot of visitors. You welcomed Dr. Dill and I into your school and provided us with help when we ourselves sometimes needed it. I hope as you went through this year that you learned some things about yourselves. You are special people. You can do things that you thought you might not be able to do, and it's okay to take a chance. As you move ahead, be a risk taker, enjoy life, and be willing to keep an open mind when it comes to building friendships and relationships. As you enter the middle school, I encourage you to try new things. Take those chances, make new friends, and keep an open mind when someone or something comes your way. You just never know. You might like the change. Keep that same desire of helping others, whether within the school or within your community. Please support each other as you move forward in your school career. And don't ever forget that your parents are there for you. You might not realize it now, but they truly are your biggest cheerleader and will remain that same person. I thank you all. It has been a great year. On behalf of Dr. Dill and I, we do greatly appreciate everything that you did to help us this year in our transition. At this time, I would now like to invite the students in the band to please come forward.
They take a couple minutes to set up. I just want to let you know how wonderful of a privilege it was to teach your students who are participating in band this year. I've had the pleasure of working with these students since first grade. I've been here for 6 years, so I've been able to watch them grow, and especially those who join me in band in 4th grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade. I get to really get in tune with who they are as a person, and you have some fantastic students up here because I get to work with them year after year after year. The worst part of my job is that I have to let them go after 6th grade, after they really start to get a hold of what they're learning and what they're doing. But the cool part is that if they decide to join marching band, I still get to work with them for another 5 years afterward. We're going to be playing 2 pieces from our spring concert for you today. The first of which is called Haunted Clocks, and the second is Believer by Imagine Dragons. We're just going to take another second to tune and get set up, and we will play those for you. Thank you.
been a great privilege to work with your kids this whole year. Got to know them a little bit better than I knew them last year. They like to talk a lot, but boy, can they sing. We had a really good time on our Christmas trips and during all of our practices this year. I had many of them in general music, which we had lots of fun with our projects. I hope you heard about some of them. And now we'd like to sing 2 songs from our spring concert. The first one is The Rhythm of Life and We Will Rock You medley.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to recognize those students who have received the President's Award for Educational Excellence. These students attained an advanced in ELA and/or math on their 5th grade PSSA testing and have a combined GPA of 3.5 to 4.0 from their 4th, 5th, and the first half of their 6th grade years. When I call your name, if you would please come forward. I would ask that we please hold applause until all names have been called. Wyatt Allison. Garrett Berkheimer. Arissa Britt. Caden Christ. Nadia Daubert. Doran Faith. Maria Felix. Caitlin Handel. Benjamin Hartice. Paige Hellman. Alexis Henderson. Caleb Hendrickson. Levi Hawkinsmith. Leah Conchin. Isabella McEwen. Cordelia Maher. Aiden Martinage. Cy McGough. James McHenry. Luke McLeary. Desariah Miller. Paige Miller. Laura Montag. Sydney Myers. Max Petrunik. Deanna Plummer. Jacob Podiak. Noah Pulliam. Sydney Rickley. Tricia Sauter. Gabriella Sacco. Addison Shirato. Riley Smay. Logan Tino. Toby Tokarski. Melanie Troy. Joshua Weinzerl. Evan Wingard. Gracie Wright. Congratulations to each of these students on the President's Award for Educational Excellence. Our next award is the Forest Hills Award for Educational Accomplishment. Students receiving this award have a combined GPA of 3.8 and above from their 4th, 5th, and half of their 6th grade years. Please come forward when I call your name. Again, if we could please hold the applause until all names would be called. This is a long list. Wyatt Allison. Brady Ambrose. Quinn Avila. Farron Ayers. Garrett Berkheimer. Arissa Britt. Anna Berkey. Thomas Carroll. Caden Christ. Nadia Daubert. Lucas Deloach. Doran Faith. Maria Felix. Emma Felix. Grayson Giffen. Chance Gorzelski. Caitlin Handel. Benjamin Hartice. Paige Hellman. Alex Henderson. Caleb Hendrickson. Levi Hawkinsmith. Haley Holdsworth. Emmy Johns. Mackenzie Johns. Kylie Johns. Lakin Killinger, Logan Killinger, Leah Conchin, Michael Kresick, Brady Kubis, Bethany Licklider, Isabella McEwen, Cordelia Maher, Corey Maselko, Aiden Martinich, Nina Mardiak,
Remember, start a new one. Yep, there you go.
Cy Mago, James McKendry, Luke McLeary, Caleb Mikulik, Liam Mahelko, Desiree Miller, Paige Miller, Laura Montag, Joshua Morrison, Braden Myers, Sydney Myers, Tyler Orris, Alexa Papchunik, Madison Parks, Jaden Parch, Max Petrunik, Deanna Plummer, Jacob Poldiak, Noah Pulliam, Sydney Rickley, David Roberts, Darren Rogers, Tricia Sauter, Gabriella Sacco, Addison Shirato, Cody Sakrisky, Eric Sherry, Caden Schoaf, Riley Smay, Amy Smith, Elijah Sorchilla, Zachary Spisak, Logan Tino, Toby Tokarski, Jaden Trentini, Melanie Troy, Bella Vranich, make a new row, Joshua Weinzerl, Jacob Wilfong, Hannah Williams, Toby Wilt, Evan Wingard, Gracie Wright, Sean Yatsky, Xavier Uhas. What an accomplishment. Forest Hills Award for Educational Accomplishment. Our next award, the Humanitarian Award, will be presented by Mr. Eric Stone.
Thank you, Mrs. Roberts. The Humanitarian Award is given to those students that have been recognized throughout the school year as outstanding individuals who exhibit a strong commitment to participation in the classroom and are consistent with the goals that represent Forest Hills. The 2018 6th grade Humanitarian Award goes to the following students: Quinn Avila, Maria Felix, Benjamin Hartais, Caleb Mikulik, Liam Mahalko, Trenton Miller, Isaiah Shokowski, and Gracie Wright. Congratulations, students. Now Mrs. Bolvin will announce the results for the Spelling Bee Award.
Thank you, Mr. Stone. This year, our spelling bee was held in May, and we had 28 students participate in our 6th grade spelling bee. After 13 exciting rounds, we had our 3 finalists, and our 3rd place winner, we'd like to recognize Melanie Troy. Our 2nd place winner, Haley Gabala. And our 1st place winner, Doran Faith. Congratulations to our winners. And now Mrs. Roberts for our American Legion essay winners.
We were recently informed of the American Legion Essay Contest winners. The title of the essay for this year was, "What can I personally do to promote Americanism in my school or community?" Our winner for the Dunlow unit was Mr. Trenton Miller. Trenton, please come forward. Our winners for the St. Michael unit were 2nd place, Maria Felix, and 1st place, Laura Montag. I want you guys to stay up there, okay? We also received information that one of these students went on to win 1st place at the county level. Congratulations, Laura Montag. And before we leave, we also have a state winner. Laura Montag's essay won at the state level as well. Laura's essay has now moved on to the national level, and it will not be judged until this summer, so we will not know the results until August. Congratulations to all of you. I would now like to introduce our assistant principal, Dr. Dill, who will share a few remarks with the 6th grade class.
Good afternoon. Today's recognition is more than celebrating the accomplishments of our 6th grade students. It marks a beginning and an end to elementary school and the beginning to junior high. For your parents, it seems as only yesterday that their teary eyes witnessed brave 5-year-olds jumping onto the bus to begin their journey of kindergarten. Our lives are marked with many beginnings and ends. We refer to them as next steps, new chapters, or transitions. They are typically noted at certain ages or stages in our lives that signal a change from the past and the introduction of new opportunities. As 6th graders, you are preparing to say goodbye to the elementary. This may create mixed emotions, sadness to leave familiar faces, routines, and surroundings, while also feeling excited for a new experience. With every transition, there are opportunities to evaluate ourselves, to examine the things that are going well, and to identify where we need to improve. These are natural reactions to transitions. As you reflect on your elementary experiences, remember the milestones, the first time you could read independently, the lessons of being kind, sharing with others, and always trying your hardest. As you transition to the junior high, use this time to embrace new opportunities. Join a school club, extracurricular activities, or become acquainted with new friends. In a few short years, while in the junior-senior high school, you will learn to drive, attend your first prom, and parents, you can clap at this next one, get a part-time job, and prepare for life beyond high school. These milestones will happen quicker than you realize, so my advice, savor them. Enjoy each moment of your time at the junior-senior high school. Expand your interests. Develop your talents. Stay true to your values of being honest to others and yourselves, of treating others as you wish to be treated, and of living each day with purpose. It has truly been a pleasure becoming acquainted with you this year, and I'm excited to follow the progress and success of this class of 2024. Best wishes to you all. Thank you.
Next, I will be introducing the class of 2024. Please feel free to come forward to take pictures. And we are going to begin with Mr. Brezovic's room. Caden Boring. Aaliyah Fisher. Evelyn Fye. Ariel Geardy. Levi Hawkinsmith. Haley Holdsworth. Kylie Johns. Leah Conchin. Bethany Licklider. Nina Mardiak. Nathaniel McFarland. James McKendry. Trenton Miller. Joshua Morrison. Tyler Orris. Max Petrunik. David Roberts. Colton Sparrow. Ethan Stropko. Bella Branich. Hannah Williams. Gracie Wright. Mr. Bezick's homeroom. Next, we will have Mr. Stone's homeroom. Garrett Berkheimer. Madeline Blau. Arissa Britt. TJ Carroll. Grayson Giffen. Brandon Harristy. Mackenzie Johns. Isabella McEwen. Cordelia Maher. Corey Maselko. Aiden Martinez. Luke McLeary. Jordan Myers. Jaden Parch. Autumn Plummer. Rachel Pollock. Jacob Poldiak. Kenna Roberts. Emily Schrengost. Isaiah Shilkowski. Caden Schoaf. Elijah Sorchilla. Aiden Swanson. Evan Wingard. Xavier Uhas. Mr. Stone's homeroom. Mr. Passerb's homeroom will be next. Brady Ambrose. Anna Berkey. Justin Caldwell. Malachi Feeney. Maria Felix. Emma Felix. Sorry, dear. Alexis Henderson. Caleb Hendrickson. Alex James. Logan Killinger. Michael Kresick. Paige Miller. Sydney Myers. Alexa Papsunik. Madison Parks. Aaron Rogers. Tricia Sauter. Amy Smith. Toby Tokarski. Jaden Trentini. Isabella Van Mel. Jacob Wingard is not here today. Mr. Passerb's homeroom. Next, we have Ms. Oler's homeroom. Wyatt Allison. Lyra Bertolacio. Neela Chero. Lucas Deloach. Chance Gorzelski. Kaya Gressick. Cy Mago. Liam Mahelko. Desiree Miller. Michaela Moyer. Brady Nugent. Ryan Popish. Johnny Potter. Sydney Rickley. Darren Rogers. David Spiker. Zachary Spisak. Logan Tino. Mackenzie Wax. Jacob Wilfong. Dallas Yatsky. And Sean Yatsky. Miss Oler's homeroom. Next, we have Mrs. Bulvin's homeroom. Alyssa Ashlock. Damon Box. Natalie Croyle. Nadia Daubert. Taylor Dombrowski. Doran Faith. Benjamin Hartice. Cassidy Hoffman. Monica Krug. Ruthie Lamison. Wyatt Lohr. Devin Magro. Laura Montag. Braden Myers. Emily Myers. Cadence Norman. Gavin Plummer. Noah Pulliam. Cody Sakrisky. Eric Sherry. Melanie Troy. Shaden Waldrop. Zoe Weary. And Toby Wilt. Mrs. Bolvin's homeroom. Next, we have Mrs. Mays. Connor Anderson. Quinn Avila. Farron Ayers. Lauren Box. Seth Bernowski. Caden Christ. Madison Emmerich. Haley Gabala. Jaden Gunby. Caitlin Handel. Paige Hellman. Emmy Johns. Lakin Killinger. Thomas Corin. Brady Kubis. Caleb Mikulik. Deanna Plummer. Brian Primavera. Gabriella Sacco. Addison Shirato. Riley Smay. Madeline Stifler. Joshua Weinzerl. That is our class of 2024. We now have our slideshow to present. We would ask then, following the slideshow, if parents and guardians and visitors would please remain seated. I will give directions for dismissal and talk with you a little bit about this evening's activities for the kids.
And at the edge of the water, long as I can remember, never really knowing I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water, no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know. Inside my bones, it goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. Feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me, not 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me, like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. You'll always have my shoulder when you cry. I'll never let go, never say goodbye. Can't count on me, like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, you can count on me 'cause I can count on you.
I do promise you that the teachers do teach. I've seen it. We want to wish the class of 2024 great success on their future endeavors. I greatly appreciate you all being here today. This is the last time now that they will be together like this for a program like this until they graduate high school. Thank you and have a safe trip home.